In a dimly lit room in North Dakota, Arthur stared at ancient maps and digital manuscripts, searching for historical contradictions no one else had noticed. His power lay in seeing hidden patterns, as he noticed that every thread of truth he followed always led back to one ancient message of monotheism. Driven by insatiable curiosity, Arthur decided to travel to the east, finding himself before the door of an ancient mosque in Damascus, feeling a peace he had never known. There he uttered the Shahada, transforming from Arthur, the seeker of contradictions, to Sulayman, the protector of truth, changing his life's path forever. A few years later, his new land was attacked by technical mercenaries trying to forge history and erase the truths he believed in. Sulayman donned his armor, using his sharp observation as his strongest weapon, uncovering the enemy's weaknesses before they even launched their attack. In his first encounter, he led a small group of warriors through a narrow mountain pass, exploiting simple natural signs that other military leaders had missed. With a swift and clever strike, Sulayman managed to destroy the enemy's main control center, achieving his first victory amidst the chants of his comrades. In the enemy's hideout, Sulayman noticed an encrypted digital map, which was a blueprint for mind control by forging history. Thanks to his sharp observation, he discovered that the sequence numbers followed an ancient Arabic astronomical pattern, allowing him to easily hack the system. Sulayman realized the enemy planned to attack the hidden library of truth in the desert. So he gathered his comrades and began crafting a clever, preemptive strike. They set off across the sand dunes under the cover of darkness, using only the stars as a guide, just like the ancient explorers he had read about. They reached the library, a majestic stone structure hidden between mountains, guarding priceless religious and historical secrets. Suddenly, enemy drones appeared on the horizon, but Sulayman noticed the glint of light on their lenses minutes before they arrived. "Spread out!" Sulayman shouted, and the battle began as he moved like a ghost, targeting the armor's weak points he had discovered in their blueprints. Thanks to Sulayman's digital confusion strategy, the enemy's guidance systems failed, leaving them stumbling in the desert sands. Sulayman infiltrated the enemy's main headquarters alone, a towering glass skyscraper, monitoring the world, using his precise knowledge of the security systems. In the central control room, Sulayman found Commander Victor, the man trying to erase the truth, sitting before giant screens broadcasting fake news. "You were always observant," Arthur Victor said mockingly, "but you chose the losing side, the side of ancient stories." Sulayman replied confidently that truth is not an ancient story, but the light that never goes out, while Victor chose to live in the darkness of deception. Suddenly, Victor pressed a button to activate the automated defense system, but Sulayman had noticed his finger movement seconds before disabling the system. A violent physical fight broke out where Sulayman used his observation skills to anticipate Victor's strikes, brilliantly turning their power against them. At the decisive moment, Sulayman reached the main server and uploaded the manuscript of truth to spread across all world screens, exposing the deception. Victor fell defeated, not just by the power of weapons, but by the power of truth. He could not hide, while Sulayman stood tall in the light. After Victor's fall, Sulayman headed to the vast North Dakota plains to found a global center for truth and justice. Sulayman noticed that people were thirsty for honesty, attracting thousands of minds from around the world who were amazed by his sharp observation. With his foresight, Sulayman designed an educational system, merging modern science with deep spiritual values, ensuring the tragedies of the past would not repeat. However, the remnants of Victor's followers began weaving a new conspiracy to disrupt the power supplies of the emerging city. Sulayman was monitoring power consumption patterns closely and noticed a slight 1% drop in one generator, revealing the infiltrator's location instead of a violent attack. Sulayman used peace intelligence, technically isolating the infiltrators and forcing them to face the truth. Why do you destroy what builds life? Sulayman asked them through the screens as his sincere words pierced their hearts before their minds, leading some to surrender. Sulayman triumphed once again, not by the sword this time, but by the edge of insight, transforming enemies into virtuous citizens. As the years passed, Sulayman became a global reference in wisdom, seeing beyond events with a precision no one had achieved before. Sulayman noticed the new generation began forgetting the value of human observation, so he built the Academy of Insight to teach the art of attention. The machine collects data, but man sees. The truth was his famous quote, engraved in gold at the entrance of his city. In a clear night, Sulayman retraced his memories from his dark room as Arthur to the battlefields up to being the protector of the human soul. He realized his greatest victory was the moment he chose to follow his sharp observation to lead him to the creator of this perfect universe. Before his passing, Sulayman left an encrypted will that only someone with sharp observation and honesty could decode to be his next successor. Sulayman's story spread everywhere, his name becoming a symbol for the youth who didn't accept appearances but dived into truths. Thus, Sulayman proved that the eye that sees with honesty and the heart that beats with certainty are the only forces that can change the face of history.